Welcome back to Jamyy English. I'm Jayz.
And I'm Amyy. Episode 5. Can you believe it?
5 days in a row. If you've listened to every single episode this week, I just want to say we see you. That commitment is everything.
Seriously, you're building a habit, and habits are how real change happens.
Okay, today's topic. We teased it at the end of episode 4, and I think it's going to surprise some people.
Today, we're talking about the weather.
The weather.
Which sounds so simple, so basic, maybe even boring.
But it's not, and here's why. In English-speaking cultures, especially in the UK, but also in the US, in Australia, in Canada, the weather is one of the most socially important topics that exists.
It's not really about the weather. It's about connection.
Exactly. When a British person says, "Lovely day, isn't it?" to a stranger on the street, they're not reporting the forecast. They're opening a door. They're saying, "I see you. Let's be human together for a moment."
I love that way of thinking about it. Let's be human together for a moment.
And this kind of light, easy conversation, talking about nothing in particular but making someone feel comfortable, has a name in English. It's called small talk.
Small talk. 2 words, but a very big skill.
And the weather is the perfect small talk starter because it requires no personal information. You're not asking someone how much money they make. You're not asking about their relationship. You're just talking about what's happening outside the window. It's safe, it's neutral, it's universal.
Everyone experiences the weather. It connects us.
Amyy, tell us, what's the weather like in Shanghai? Because I know it has a very distinctive personality.
Shanghai weather has a very strong personality. In winter, it's cold and gray and damp. Not snow usually, but this heavy, wet cold that gets into your bones. Spring is short and beautiful. Summer is extremely hot and humid, like walking into a sauna. And then there's the May season.
What is May?
It means plum rain in Chinese. It's a period in June and July when it rains almost every single day for weeks. Everything feels damp. Your clothes never fully dry. The walls feel wet.
Wow, that sounds intense.
Every Shanghai person has very strong feelings about May. You either accept it as part of life or you complain about it loudly every year. There's no in between.
Huh. And in San Diego, where I grew up, almost none of that drama. We basically had 2 seasons, warm and sunny, and slightly less warm and still pretty sunny.
That sounds peaceful.
It really was. The running joke in San Diego is that the local news reporters don't know what to do when it rains. They treat a light drizzle like a natural disaster.
Because it almost never happens.
Almost never. I remember once it snowed, just a tiny amount, barely a dusting, and the entire city stopped. Schools closed, people were taking photos.
See, that's the thing about weather. It shapes how people live. It shapes their mood, their routines, their food, their architecture. And when you understand someone's weather, you understand a little more about who they are.
That's beautifully put. And that depth is what makes weather such a rich topic in English conversation. It looks like small talk on the surface, but underneath, it's culture. All right, let's get practical. How do you actually talk about the weather in English? Let's start with describing what the weather is like right now.
The most basic structure. It's, and then the weather word. It's sunny. It's cloudy. It's raining. It's snowing. Simple, clear, done.
Let's go through the main weather words. Sunny, bright, the sun is out, no clouds. Cloudy, the sky is covered with clouds, gray. Overcast, similar to cloudy but stronger. The whole sky is covered, heavy and gray.
Rainy, it's raining. Drizzling, raining very lightly, just a little. Pouring, raining very heavily. You would not want to walk in that.
Windy, strong wind. Breezy, a gentle, light wind. There's a difference. Windy is annoying. Breezy is actually quite nice.
Humid, the air has a lot of moisture. Hot and humid is Shanghai in August. Dry, the opposite. Low moisture in the air. Hot and dry is like a desert.
Foggy, you can't see far because of thick mist. Misty, similar but lighter. Common in the UK and in mountain areas.
And for temperature, boiling, extremely hot. Sweltering, very hot and uncomfortable, usually humid too. Warm, pleasantly hot. Mild, comfortable, not too hot and not too cold. Chilly, a little cold. Freezing, very, very cold.
Notice the range there. Boiling and freezing are the extremes. In the middle is mild.
the British ideal. The British dream is a mild, slightly sunny day, about 18 degrees. They call it lovely.
Huh. And for Shanghai people, the dream is a crisp, clear autumn day, maybe 20 degrees, blue sky, light jacket weather.
Perfect description. Light jacket weather. That's a real phrase people use. It's not so cold you need a heavy coat, but you want a light jacket. Very comfortable range.
I love that phrase, light jacket weather. So specific, so satisfying. Okay, now the sentences. Not just words, full sentences for talking about weather naturally.
First, asking about the weather. What's the weather like today? This is the most natural way to ask. What's it like outside is even more casual. Is it cold out? Is quick and direct.
And a very common one for planning ahead. What's the forecast for the weekend? Forecast means the prediction, what the weather is expected to be. Have you checked the forecast?
Second, describing the weather. We already covered the basic "it's sunny" structure. Now let's add some texture. It's a gorgeous day. Gorgeous means beautiful. You use this on a really nice day. It's absolutely gorgeous out there.
It's miserable out. Miserable means really unpleasant. Cold, gray, rainy. Don't go outside, it's miserable. Very British expression. Very relatable.
It's picking up. This means the weather is getting more intense. Usually the wind or rain is getting stronger. The wind is really picking up out there.
It's clearing up. The opposite. The bad weather is ending. The clouds are going away. I think it's clearing up. We might be okay for the walk.
It came out of nowhere. The weather changed suddenly and unexpectedly. It was sunny and then it just started pouring. It came out of nowhere.
That's Shanghai weather in a sentence, honestly.
And one more. It's supposed to be nice later. Supposed to means that's the prediction. That's what people are expecting. It's supposed to warm up this weekend.
Now, the most important part. How do you use weather to start a real conversation? Because talking about weather is not the goal. The goal is what comes after.
Right. Weather is the door. You use it to open something, and then you walk through.
Let me show you the pattern. It works in 3 steps. Step 1, make a weather observation. Step 2, add a personal reaction or connection. Step 3, ask the other person something.
Let's do some examples.
Example 1, you're at a bus stop. Rainy day. You turn to the person next to you and say, "Miserable day, isn't it?" That's step 1, the observation. "I completely forgot my umbrella this morning." Step 2, personal reaction. "Did you manage to stay dry getting here?" Step 3, question to them.
And that last question invites them to respond. Now it's a conversation, not a weather report.
Example 2, you're at work on a really nice sunny morning. You see a colleague in the hallway. "What a beautiful morning." Observation. "I almost didn't want to come inside." Personal reaction. "Did you walk in today?" Question.
See how natural that is? It takes 10 seconds, but it creates a moment of connection, and that's what small talk is for.
Example 3, you're meeting someone for the first time at an event. It's been unseasonably warm. "It's been such strange weather lately, hasn't it?" Observation. "I packed all these warm clothes and I haven't touched them." Personal reaction. "Where are you visiting from? Are you used to this kind of weather?" Question.
And now you've moved from weather to where are you from, which opens up the whole conversation.
That's the move. Weather gets you started. Your question takes you somewhere real.
I want to talk about one phrase specifically because it's everywhere in English weather conversation, and it sounds very native. Isn't it?
Oh yes, the question tag. This is a grammar structure, but it comes up so naturally in small talk.
When you say, beautiful day, isn't it? You're not really asking a yes or no question. You're inviting agreement. You're saying, don't you think so too?
And the other person almost always agrees. "Isn't it just?" Or "Gorgeous, isn't it?" Or "I know, finally."
Finally, another great small talk word. When the weather is good after a long gray spell, finally some sunshine. Everyone around you will nod. Instant bond.
Or "About time." Same energy. "About time we got some nice weather." It implies you've been waiting and it's overdue.
These little words, finally, about time, isn't it? They're social glue. They create shared feeling between strangers in 2 seconds.
And here's a cultural note. In American small talk, people tend to be a bit more enthusiastic. "Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous today." Big energy, lots of smiling.
In British small talk, it's a little more understated. "Not bad today, is it?" means the same thing as "it's gorgeous." The British don't oversell.
And in Australian English, very casual, very warm. "Beautiful avo, mate." Avo is afternoon in Australian slang. But don't worry too much about the slang. Standard English works everywhere. There's one more dimension to weather conversation that I think is really important, and that's the connection between weather and mood. In English, there are actually phrases that use weather as a metaphor for how people feel inside.
Oh, yes. This is where weather vocabulary gets poetic.
Under the weather. This is an idiom. It means feeling slightly sick or unwell. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. Not seriously ill, just off, a little flat.
I love this one because it perfectly captures that feeling, like the gray sky is pressing down on you just slightly. Under the weather.
A dark cloud hanging over something. This means a negative feeling or worry that affects a situation. There's been a bit of a dark cloud hanging over the office since the announcement.
Or as an adjective, someone can be a ray of sunshine, a person who is always cheerful, bright, who lifts everyone's mood. She's an absolute ray of sunshine.
Jayz has been told he is a ray of sunshine multiple times. He's comfortable with this.
Huh. Did you just refer to yourself in the third person?
I did. Moving on. Every cloud has a silver lining. This is a proverb, a piece of traditional wisdom. It means that even bad situations have some positive aspect. Something good can come from something difficult.
This one is used a lot in English conversation. When something goes wrong, someone might say, well, every cloud has a silver lining, as encouragement.
To weather the storm. This is a verb phrase. To weather something means to survive it, to get through a difficult period. The company weathered the storm and came out stronger.
And a very casual one, to be snowed under. This means to be overwhelmed with work or responsibilities. I can't meet this week. I'm completely snowed under.
These weather idioms are everywhere in English. Once you start noticing them, you'll see them in emails, in news articles, in everyday conversation. They're part of the fabric of the language.
And using them, even one or two, immediately makes your English feel more natural and expressive.
Start with under the weather and every cloud has a silver lining. They're the most common and the most versatile. Let's do a quick role play. Amyy, you're a stranger in a park. I'll start a small talk conversation using weather.
Okay, I'm sitting on a bench enjoying the sun.
Excuse me, lovely afternoon, isn't it?
It really is. Finally warming up a bit.
About time, right? It's been so gray all week. Are you from around here?
No, actually. I'm just visiting for a few days. First time in the city.
Oh, welcome. Well, you picked a great day. The weather's been miserable all month. Today is a real treat.
Huh, lucky timing then. It's a beautiful park.
It is. Perfect for a walk. Anyway, enjoy your afternoon.
You too, thank you.
Okay, did you hear how that worked? Weather opened it, then Are You From Around Here moved it. A genuine, pleasant exchange with a total stranger. No awkwardness.
And notice the ending. Enjoy your afternoon. It's warm and closing at the same time. It doesn't leave the other person hanging. Clean and friendly.
Small talk doesn't have to go deep. It's not supposed to. Its job is to make the world feel a little more connected and a little less cold. Pun intended.
Ha, good pun.
Let's do a vocabulary lightning round before we close. I'll say a weather word. Amyy gives me a sentence.
Ready.
Pouring.
It's absolutely pouring. I can't believe I left my umbrella at home.
Mild.
It's so mild today. Perfect weather for a walk.
Clearing up.
The rain stopped and it seems like it's clearing up. We might make it to the market after all.
Sweltering.
It was sweltering in Shanghai last August. 40 degrees and 100% humidity. I barely left the air conditioning.
Forecast.
I checked the forecast and it looks like sunshine all weekend. Finally.
Isn't it?
What a gorgeous evening, isn't it?
Perfect. Every one of those felt completely natural. That's the goal.
Homework today is beautifully simple. Look out of your window right now, or whenever you finish this episode, and describe the weather in English.
Out loud. To yourself. 3 sentences minimum. It's cloudy today. A little chilly. I think it might rain later.
Then take it one step further. Imagine you're at a bus stop and there's someone next to you. What would you say to open a small talk conversation about today's weather? Try to use the 3-step pattern: observation, personal reaction, question.
Say it out loud. In your room, in the bathroom, on your walk, wherever. Your brain doesn't know the difference between practice and the real thing.
And in the comments, tell us what the weather is like where you are right now, and use at least one new word from today's episode.
We want to hear from every corner of the world. Sunny Sydney, foggy London, snowy Harbin, humid Singapore. Tell us everything.
Tomorrow, episode 6, we're going to talk about something everyone deals with every single day.
Numbers, time, and money. How to say prices, how to read a clock, how to handle the most practical math of everyday English life.
It sounds dry. We'll make it fun.
We always do.
Thank you for 5 days with us.
5 down. Keep going. Let's learn, speak, and grow together. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.